speaking of online dating, what are the do's and don'ts of setting up your dating profile or your online dating profile, whatever app or service that may be?
Yeah, there's actually a ton of these. I'll try to keep it down to just a few. So let's start with the do's first.
Okay.
So you want to have several photos, okay? You don't want to just have one. And if you have 5 to 6 photos, you want variety. I see all the time 5 photos of the same guy drinking in a group of friends. That doesn't tell me anything about you. All 5 photos are the same, right? And we make conclusions based on seeing someone's photo. So when I see a photo like that and all 5 of them are the same, what am I going to think about him? That's all he does. Oh, he's a party animal. Maybe he drinks too much. You know, we jump to conclusions, and you don't want people to do that. So have a variety of pictures. I always tell people, if you didn't have a bio, tell the story of you through your photos. Tell me more. I don't want to just know what you look like. I want to know about your personality, your lifestyle, your passions, your hobbies, your work. So when I say a variety of photos, I'm not kidding. If you like volleyball, show us something in action. If you want to travel, put up a picture of your favorite travel destination. If you have a hobby or a podcast that you run, you know, throw something up about that. It allows us, it gives us conversation starters too. So it actually helps the other person to communicate with you more easily.
Okay.
That's a do for sure. Put your best photo first.
What if some guy's best photo is a shirtless photo, or you do not put a shirtless photo first?
It's probably not your best photo.
Okay.
That's great if you have pecs and abs. It's lovely to see sometimes. That definitely shouldn't be your first profile picture.
Okay.
However, if you are looking for something specific, if you are looking for just sex, if you're looking for something more casual and you want to lead with photos that are a little more sexy, that's okay. But I always tell people to be honest in their profiles and to tell people their intentions so you attract other people that are in the same boat. There's no shame in going online and wanting something very specific. What's wrong is attracting people who are actually looking for substance or want to turn this connection into something more serious, and you're not being honest with them and you're ringing them in, even though in your head, you know, I'm just here to get laid. That's wrong. So when I talk about these photos, I'm talking about people who are on there looking for substance, might want to, you know, a relationship, something more long-term. Obviously you want to lead with your best photo. People literally make a decision within 3 seconds of seeing it. So if your first photo is not the best, they're not even going to make it to your second photo. And if they don't see your second photo, they're certainly not going to make it to your bio. Okay. We happen to be sometimes horrible judges at our own pictures. You might think a picture of you is fantastic, and I'm going to look at it and go, why the heck did he pick that photo? So it is very okay to take those photos, you know, send 5 to 10 photos to a trusted friend of yours, to a family member, to a date coach, and say, look, I need your brutal, honest opinion. Out of these 10 photos, which one is the best and why? And go with it. There's actually a couple websites too that you can Google that you can test out photos for free. So you can put your photo up on there and people actually rate them. And so if you have a photo that has like a 90% rating, then you know that's the one you can put first on your dating profile. So there's a lot of cool tools you can use out there. Another one, smile. Okay, this is the biggest complaint I get from women about men online. And it's that they don't smile. And the more and more guys I'm talking to about it, it's so funny because I get responses like, oh, it's just, you know, I feel silly doing it. I don't feel as masculine. Well, I thought my serious face was actually coming across as sexy or as confident. Yeah. And it's actually doing quite the opposite. If you have 5 photos and you just have resting bitch face in all of them, what are you going to assume? Like if you saw a woman's profile and she had 5 miserable looking photos, where does your mind go?
She better be at Coachella and make her happy or something.
Are you going to assume she's unhappy?
Yeah.
Negative? That she has horrible teeth? That she's not fun? That she doesn't have a sense of humor? I mean, you can have so many thoughts literally just from this one photo or lack of a smile. So I'm not saying you have to smile huge in all 6 photos, but for sure have 1 or 2 on your profile that show your pearly whites. It's hugely important. And people are naturally drawn to positive and happy people.
Right.
That's just how it is. So you want to lead with that.
Sure.
Create a kick-ass bio is another one.
Okay.
Don't be lazy. It is so lazy to just slap up some pictures and not put anything about yourself. And what you are doing, if you are looking for something with a little more substance, you are creating matches just based on attraction. There's no substance to your connections, because if I know nothing about you and I just saw your photos, I'm like, yeah, he's hot. Okay, I'll swipe on him. If we don't have deeper conversation and ask the right questions, I literally know nothing about you. However, if I see a profile where I'm attracted to him, and then he mentions some fabulous stuff in his bio that we actually have in common, or, you know, we share a hobby, or I'm really interested in one of his passions, that gives us something more. We know that we connect now on a deeper level. So write a damn bio. And if you need help writing it, ask a friend to help you, right? If you have no idea what to say, but that's not an excuse. There's a ton of articles and blogs out there. I have one up on my website to take you step by step through writing a bio. So don't be afraid to do that.
Should it be a long, it probably should not be a long bio, or should it be like short and sweet, like 3 to 5 sentences or something like that?
Sure, it doesn't have to be a long bio at all. And a lot of the apps actually don't give you a lot of space. Some of them have limits. And if you're dealing with an app like Hinge, they actually don't allow a bio, but they ask you to pick 3 questions and answer those questions.
Okay.
And I've seen people pick the 3 questions and literally just put an emoji. That's not telling me anything, right? I want to know more about you. Okay. So are you up for a little bit of a challenge?
Yes, go for it. I'm up for it.
So I do this with with some of my clients, and I say, okay, who is your dream girl right now? Nathan, like who, your dream actress, supermodel, whatever.
Dream actress? Okay. Yeah, you did put me on a spot, but let's go for it. I would say Scarlett Johansson, Salma Hayek, and...
No, give me just your top.
The top 2, Scarlett Johansson, Jessica Alba, for sure.
Okay, I'm going to go with Scarlett Johansson just because that's the first one that you had said.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this is what I say. And I'm going to tell you why I came up with this exercise later, because this is actually a really good story. So you're on an elevator. The door is open. You go in there and you look to your right and you're like, oh my God, that is Scarlett Johansson standing in this damn elevator with me. There's nobody else in this elevator. It's just the 2 of you, okay? And you have a minute to go from your floor down to the bottom when the doors are going to open. Salma Hayek turns to you and says, no, what was your girl?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, I got it mixed up. Turns to you and says, all right, we got 1 minute together. Tell me something about yourself. If you have a limit of time, so right now don't be thinking of things.
Okay.
And you just want to give me the Coles Notes of your life. Like you want to show her, Scarlett Johansson, the best of you. What does that look like? Your work, your lifestyle, your hobbies, your house, the country you live in, all that stuff. What would you say? So, bear with putting on a timer. You ready? Now just look at me and pretend I look a little bit like her.
You look a lot like her.
You got 1 minute. Ready? Give it to me.
All right, my name is Nathan. I live in Palm Springs. I'm divorced, but I married my ex-wife after 30 days of dating because of a $300 bar tab at the Cosmopolitan. But hey, live a happy life. Got 2 beautiful kids out of it. I host a YouTube channel. I wrote 4 books. I am definitely comfortable being uncomfortable, so I'm all about exploring. And you know, don't threaten me with a good time, whether it's cocktail drinks or just a simple conversation. And but I do like cooking a good meal in the kitchen.
Tell me more. You got 30 seconds.
I got 30 more seconds. Okay. Gosh, I hate the cliches. Walks on the beach. I do enjoy travel. The kids come first. Not kids come first. God comes first. Family comes second. Everything else falls in between. And, you know, romance and finance are the best things in life, in my opinion, after God.
And what are you looking for? Give me 2 things.
What I'm looking for: fun, balance, someone to challenge me, and vice versa. I challenge them, and just
Hamza.
Oh shit! That is not easy. That is not easy.
Right, but it's literally 1 minute of your time.
Okay.
So this not only proves that when people, it takes so long and I don't know what to write, it's literally 1 minute of your time. In that 1 minute, I would say I learned quite a bit about you. So I wrote down some words. Obviously, I didn't have time to write down.
I thought it was like TMI, like, okay, you're okay, cringe. I don't know, but
this is how we get there. So you blurb out anything you want within that 1 minute, and you're going to go back and edit. So we're going to take all the points, the things that popped in my head and the things that I heard, we're going to go back and now we're going to refine it. Okay. We don't necessarily have to include all of these things in your bio because sometimes it is too much, right?
Right.
So just from that 1 minute, I'm going to tell you some of the words that popped out to me. So balance, which is great, right? People look for that. Romance. What girl doesn't like a little romance? Okay. Palm Springs, this is just details about where you live. Oh, good storyteller. It looks like you're fun, you're funny, you're a good storyteller. I wanted to hear more about that story you brought up. Now I know you have kids. You wrote 4 books and you have a YouTube channel? That's cool. Those are things now I'm going to want to ask you to go deeper into, right? That's intriguing to me. You like to explore, you're brave, you're fun, you love cooking. Who doesn't love having a meal cooked for them?
All right.
And traveling and religion is important to you. So just in that minute, that gave me a really good overview of who you are. And that will tell me if we're in alignment, if some of these things match up with me, that's going to make me more excited, right? To get to know you. If I find out that some of these things are not for me, let's just say that I'm not religious at all. Let's just say that I have no interest in having kids of my own or sharing kids with someone else. Then I know to move on.
Swipe, swipe left or swipe right if you're not interested?
Swipe left is no, swipe right is right.
Okay.
Is yes. It's a fun, cute exercise. I came up with this because I was actually stuck in an elevator for only a minute with Ryan Reynolds, who is one of my dream men.
At least him and Scarlett Johansson are so.
And yeah, right? I totally forgot about that. And the funny part is I am an extrovert. I have no problem making conversation. I did not say a peep to him. Like I literally, my words just disappeared and I stood there and I probably had this look on my face and I'm looking at him going, oh my God, that's actually him.
You went from date struck to starstruck, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. So I walked out of that elevator and the rest of the day I go, okay, so I had about a minute and a half with Ryan Reynolds. Do you know how many things I could have said? And my mind just went to all the things I could have said to him. The jokes, the stories, all that stuff, right? So then I thought, what a fun little exercise. If I put people in an elevator with their special, their dream woman, their dream man, and let's turn it into a dating exercise. So anyway, that's something they can do at home with a friend if they want to have some fun with it. You can even voice record it and then write down the notes later on. Okay, I got 2 more for the do's. If you have children, please include them in your profile in some manner. I am not saying include a photo of them. That's totally comfort level for the mother or the father. Okay. Some people do not want to have the face of their kids online, and that's totally up to you. If you don't choose to have them included in any photo, then please mention them in your bio. And if not, put them in the options that you are filling out when you get onto the dating app. So when it says, are you religious? Do you drink? Do you have children? Do you want more? Fill those things out. I say this because this is a huge problem where people just don't put that information in that they expect to tell you later on, but it's actually a really good weeding out process. You want to attract the people that want you and your lifestyle as a part of their life. Okay. So if they're not interested in kids, if they've already had kids and they don't want to go back to, young kids, whatever it may be, give them the opportunity to make that decision. You also you're starting on the wrong foot. If we meet and during date 2 or date 3, they say, oh, by the way, I got 4 kids at home. This is literally the face I'm going to
You could have put that on your bio, right?
You feel like you've been lied to, right? And then you start to analyze, well, what are the reasons why he wanted to hide that from me? It's not a healthy way. You should be proud of your kids. They're your family. They're your babies.
They are.
So, so include them in some way. And the last one of the do's is use good lighting and choose your angles. I can't tell you how many times.
Girls know all about angles. Bros are just like, I don't know, is this a good angle? I don't know.
Stay with it. Yeah. It's so easy now. People have such good phones that we don't need a fancy camera to actually take a picture. You can just use your cell phone. Natural lighting. You don't need a diva light. Who has a diva light at home? You know what I mean? You don't need that. Go up to the window and use natural lighting. But the difference, this is what a lot of men love to do. They like to take pictures of them driving a car. So you see their arm in it. The phone is way down here, so you get a nice good nostril shot, and then you get a double chin. I see this over and over.
I would think that's actually a pretty good shot to me. It's like, okay, it's masculine. I don't know, to me.
Okay, so if you want to do one driving, you hold your phone up.
Oh.
I'm not looking up your nostrils. I'm not seeing the double chin that you're creating by being in that position. It's a better angle, right? So look at your phone and be like, do I look handsome in that? Is that working? Right. Nothing in the dark, no club pictures, no nighttime photos when we can literally only see the silhouette. There's no point in having those, right? Don't waste your space.
Right.
Okay, so for some of the don'ts, okay, I'm just gonna show you, instead of tell you, I'm gonna show you my first don't. Okay, this is my first photo when you go around and you swipe on me. What's up?
I am not into cosplay like that, nah.
Okay, I'm doing this, of course I'm being a little dramatic about it, but
no, I get the gist.
People will have 6 photos of all wearing a hat. They'll have 6 photos of sunglasses. I would argue that the eyes are one of the most important features, right? Okay. You can read someone, you can look deeper into them. Eyes are a beautiful feature. So to cover them up, that's kind of important. So just be aware of what you're wearing. If there's like a favorite hat and that's kind of your style, sure, wear it in 1 or 2 photos. Right, yeah. Don't have them in all 6.
Okay.
It's crazy how often you see these things. Okay, another don't. You don't use filters. You want to clean up your photo a bit to adjust the lighting, fine. This is actually the biggest complaint I get about women from men.
I love it. Go ahead.
Use of filters. Not only, and I'm not just talking about beauty filters, right? To smooth the skin, to enhance the makeup, all that stuff. I'm talking about those ridiculous, like bunny rabbit filters, where she's got the ears and the whiskers and stuff. Men don't care to see that. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, those are the places that you want to use filters. It is not for your dating profile. That's not what you look like. You're just covering up your face. And to men, a lot of the time, it looks really immature. And unless you're going to show up on that damn date looking like a bunny rabbit, it's just not
going to work.
No, it's definitely in the don'ts. The thing is to avoid sounding negative or bitter. And you'd be surprised. So I don't know if you've heard these before, because I know you haven't online dated. Something like, if you're a vegan and you like Donald Trump, swipe left. Or you'll hear, I'm sick of cheating, I'm sick of liars, where are all the drama-free women? That will be in their bio.
Really? Okay, I would think most women will swipe left to that, or probably all women will swipe left, like, oh, you're...
Across as negative, it can come across as angry. Sometimes we can assume that they got a lot of stuff to work through and they're not quite over that last bit of drama that they went through. And it's just not the first thing that you want. It's a first impression. Right. You know, you don't have to go there. And even if you do have some residual side effects or feelings from an ex, those are things you can dive into later. It is not something that I would present on a bio, or even certain topics like politics that you might not necessarily want to get into. There's time to get there, right? There's no rush in it. And then the last thing is, don't fill your bio with emojis. You'll see bios where literally there's just 40 emojis in lines. And you're sitting there like, they're so tiny. You're trying to look at them going, okay, I think he skis. I think he likes pizza. That's a son, so maybe he likes to travel. You're just trying to decipher what they're trying to get across. There's no point in it. And again, it is lazy. Use your words. Tell me something about you. Those are the common things that we see all the time. So yeah, those are a few do's and don'ts. And if you're listening to this or watching this and you have any of these things in your bio, go back and readjust. Look at it again with fresh eyes. Look at your photos, look at your bio and say, can I improve? If I'm not getting the results that I want online, there's probably a reason.
Okay. Do women complain about grammar? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, that I should have included that on my list. I mean, there's a million things we could talk about, but grammar is huge. Okay. And again, it's not taking the time to reread your sentence, to look it over, to proofread. People do it quickly. They don't care. They put it up there and that's it. Okay. Yes. We don't know you, so we're just making our own judgments, and that's our first impression. So we think like, does he not know the difference between you are and your? Does
he pay attention to detail?
It can at school. We don't know these things, right? And so intelligent people are attractive people. Confident people are attractive people.
Right.
So that's usually on the list of things that people are looking for. Okay. And or at least self-aware. So take those extra couple minutes, couple seconds to look at your bio and make sure that there's no grammar errors, for sure.
Here.